Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to GregTech. As you can see behind me and on me, we are still working on the nuclear reactor. I've made a new bridge and a number of, power lines, power towers, what are they called, I don't know. But anyway, I have these little things here to hold up the power lines, which are going from the factory here all the way out to this new building made of beautiful granite out here. I have so far not gone with the reinforced stone. I decided to just go with granite for now. I am hoping that we won't have a nuclear meltdown pretty much instantly, but in case we do, I'm hoping that this is far enough away that it won't matter. I might be wrong, but in any case, I'm gonna be monitoring this nuclear reactor very carefully once we actually get it set up. So, this is the room where it's gonna be. And again, eventually, if we really want to, we can add some padding, to the walls, add some reinforced stone in here to try and dampen the reaction as much as possible. But before any of that really happens, we kinda need to set up the reactor. So, I have the reactor here, I have made 6 reactor chambers as well, which are basically, they work to expand the nuclear reactor itself. And I think I might need, actually if we get a cable here to here, put the nuclear reactor there, then break this cable again, then we should be able to add reactor chambers onto this. And can I, there we are. Alright, so we have our nuclear reactor here. As you can see, with the 6 reactor chambers, we get the maximum possible size for it. Basically, it works like a chest. You put your various components, you put your fuel rods in here, and then depending on how you arrange them all, you end up with a power output and you end up with a heat generation. Now, basically, heat generates if you don't remove enough heat from the reactor, and heat dissipates when you then cool the reactor itself. There are a number of components that can do this sort of thing. But the stuff that we're really interested in, I'm just going to put this lever right here because we need to be able to turn it on. So depending on the setup you have in here, you're going to get a variable output of power and potential heat generation. I believe this is what my research has shown me. There are very few good YouTube videos on industrial craft nuclear reactors. I tried watching 4 or 5 different ones, and all of them were made by people with shitty mics, and absolutely no, what shall we call it, idea of how to explain stuff. So yeah, maybe I just searched wrong, but I didn't find anything really good, especially concerning Mark's fuel, which is what we have. I've also discovered that if you wanted to make the regular industrial craft stuff, like the uranium fuel rods, you pretty much need to use the industrial craft method of refining stuff. And that means you need to get an ore washing plant, and you need to get a, a thermal centrifuge. And these two use a lot of power. Like, they're the most expensive industrial craft machines I think there is at all. But yeah, I don't have those. So for now, at least to get the nuclear reactor started, we're just gonna go with the MOX fuel. Yeah, see, ore washing plant, electric motors, buckets, machine casing, iron plates. It's not a lot of material by any definitions, but it's there. The other one is much worse. Let's see if I can find it here somewhere. It's the thermal centrifuge. It might not be in this list. Might have to search somewhere else. Let's see here. Thermal centrifuge, there we are. You can see it uses a mining laser, so we can't make this. Well, we can, but we'd have to use a lot of glowstone to get all the helium for this. So yeah, that's not gonna happen right now. What might happen right now, though, is that we go downstairs. Actually, hold on, first of all. I have set up the recipe here for some heat vents. As I mentioned last time, 2 heat vents should be able to cool down 3 of the fuel rods. So if we make 2 of these, that's all the aluminium I managed to refine. Or rather, I have a lot of it refined, I just don't have it melted yet. But if we go over here, we can clear this, and then we can actually make the fuel. Now, before I pick this up, I'm gonna make sure that my hazmat suit is on, and then we're gonna make these 2 that I can. I don't have any more plutonium, so 2 is gonna have to do. Now, we can go down here to our little secret lab, and take the canning machine, toss in the mugs, and hopefully it should fill into the fuel rods quite nicely. Now once we have these, I'm gonna combine them into a double fuel rod, as this will allow me to cool them more efficiently while also, yeah, basically I'll be able to cool them more efficiently. So let's see, users here, I need an iron plate between them, and then it's just a matter of crafting. So, simple enough. Grab an iron plate, toss that in here, and bam, dual fuel rod MOX. So, this thing should produce, I think, something like 20 EU per tick, and it should have a maximum production of about 4 million or so. Again, because of this size of the reactor I have, or rather the size of the reactor I have components for and fuel for, I'm not gonna get the most efficient thing, but I should be able to make some power with it at least. And in any case, I'm gonna estimate that a smaller reactor is gonna result in a smaller explosion if things go wrong. Also, one thing that I should mention now, I made a bridge. I think I mentioned it briefly, but I didn't really show it well. I decided to just go with cobblestone because that's what the rest of the platform, sort of, the walls are made of. I made it so you can walk underneath it, sail underneath it in a small boat if you want to. It just felt really convenient to have a bridge there, so I made one. It was quite a fun project. Again, it's pretty much just one material all the way through, but I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, over to the little dungeon here. Dungeon structure. I guess I could, like, make it sort of shape it like, you know, a classic nuclear cooling tower. But, well. So, if I'm not mistaken, well, let's just be completely safe here for now. Put in the 2 heat vents, and put this thing in the middle, and then turn it on. 20 EUs per tick. And the heat vents are heating up. So what if, maybe I'm not cooling it enough. What if we remove the heat vents completely? Then the heat here should build up. It'll build up slowly, yeah. But as you can see, the power is also going up, meaning that this fuel rod here is becoming more and more efficient as the reactor is heating up. Now, is there any way for me to tell the heat of the reactor? That's a question. If I search for heat, is there like a heat monitor or something? Heat exchanger, cheat, armor, reactor plating. I think I might need the nuclear control add-on in order to get any sort of proper reading. Thermal boiler, yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I can produce more and more power the hotter it gets. And then if I put in the heat vents here, it should start cooling down again. Or potentially, like these. Actually, I don't think it'll cool down again because these heat vents cannot cool the reactor itself. But they can cool the fuel rods. But I'm just wondering, do these heat vents burn out? Or can I, like, reset them? Can I cool them down manually? Or do they just kind of cool down by themselves? That is something I don't know. That's something I would really love to know. But yeah, as you can see, with the reactor heating up, these fuel rods here are producing more and more power, so that's not a bad thing. Like, if I can keep the reactor at a pretty high temperature, then I can get a lot more efficiency out of these fuel rods. And then hopefully, you know, he'll give me a lot of power to use. But I'm just so bloody nervous about leaving this stuff alone to... I know the math of it tell me that these two heat vents here together should potentially be enough. But I'm just worried that they seem to be taking too much damage. Like, I don't know if I need some component heat vents as well to kind of cool them down. Component heat vent. So a heat vent, tin plates, more iron bars. I need a lot of iron bars. But it looks as though I just really need to start refining a lot of... either refining a lot of aluminium or making a lot of these silly electric motors. Let's put these in and shut down the reactor. Again, nothing bad has happened. We've produced a lot of power. And I should actually be able to see that over in the power collector, the MFE over here. Now, I still only have an MFE. I haven't made an MFSU yet. I am still working on gathering enough ruby dust to actually make that possible. But yeah, as you can see, the gold cable comes in here, goes in here, and then connects here. Now again, because I have the solar panels generating power as well, and I have a bit of stuff using power as well, it's really hard to tell exactly how much is being made. But I really need to figure out how it works with those with those heat vents. That is a mystery to me. Let's get enough aluminium cooking here for another heat vent, then I can try and make a component heat vent, and maybe, you know, put the two heat vents next to each other, then have the component heat vent between the two. And then see how that works. Like, ideally, I want the heat vents to not consume their... yeah, I think the heat vents can absorb like 6 from other things, but they can only cool 4, so they end up building up some heat. So if I then have some component heat vent which can then cool down 4 on each component next to it or something like that, then maybe the math will work out and I can keep the reactor hot while not really, like, without losing anything. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have an extra CESU here, which I could maybe put over by the tower so I can actually like turn off the power being sent to the building and see how much it produces, but then again it does show me exactly how much it's making, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm gonna try making some of these electric engines. I think I'm gonna have to make some coils, and that's a bit annoying. I don't like making coils, but if it can, if it will allow me to save those that million EU that I need for every single heat vent, pretty much. Otherwise, it might be well worth it. So let's see. For a coil again, I need some iron ingots. I should have some freshly cooked ones over here. Yeah. Just kind of keeping an eye on my stocks. Get one more. There we are. So, coils. 2 coils. Then I need these casings over here. Let's see, uses electric motor, so 2 coils, an iron ingot, and 2 casings. Alright, so I can make 1 motor with this. There we are. And then with a bit of fanciness, let's see here. Heat vent, where are you? Standard heat vent, there we are. Iron plates, iron bars, so these needs to go into corners instead, and then I need 4 iron plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Alright, so now I need to convert this one into a component heat vent. That means I need more iron bars, I need 4 tin plates. 4 tin plates. Did they go in the corners or middle? Yeah, middle. And iron bar. So that means I need to take my iron over here to the lathe. Let's see, it's 12. Make some iron rods, and then I can range those together to make more iron bars. I don't think I have any more in here. I could also go to the stronghold and just get all the ones that are stuck in the windows there. Might be faster, really. But for now, let's just do this. I'm actually going to skip ahead until these are done. See you in a sec. Alright, got my iron bars, so we can now finish the component heat vent. So with this in hand, is it turning nighttime? Or is it turning daytime? Let's see, the sun is over there, so it's turning night. Let's just sleep so the solar panels will keep working. Ah. It is night, or evening. See, the sun is almost gone. Let me sleep. Jump into bed. And there we are. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. I kind of like these power lines. I had to do a little, as you can see here, I had to fiddle a bit with it to get it in the right size, because I started over here and said, okay, the roof, that's high enough. But then again, the terrain itself does go up quite a bit, and the building is placed quite high compared to the reactor over here, so yeah, I had to fiddle a bit with it to get it up to the right size, but I think it looks alright. So this is still smoking. I guess that's because it's still hot. The temperature is remaining. So hold on. If I turn this on again now, it'll go straight back to 46, which is fine. These are heating up again, yes, but they're heating up slower, I think. So if I take these out again, I should be able to heat up the reactor even more and get even more efficiency out of it. Like, it won't blow until it's here. And as long as I'm wearing my hazmat suit, I will not get radiation. Like, the radiation starts somewhere around here. But then again, it might actually start melting stuff at some other temperature here in between. Let's put these back in. 51 EU per tick, that's pretty good for now. Let's see. So this one is slowly depleting. But this one, yeah, these heat vents are still heating up, but they're not heating up nearly as fast as they were before. I think. So if we can get some more component heat vents, we should be able to keep this stable. Alright. That looks like a mission. Like, with the MOX reactor, as far as my research tells me, you really need to keep the temperature as high as possible without, you know, burning up anything. I'm hoping that there's like, all these plants out here might end up actually catching fire because of the heat of the reactor, but well, we can paper with the entire thing if need be. But I'm more worried about if like any of the stone here starts melting or whatever. It might not be that bad, but we'll see. Again, the hotter I can run it, the better it is. So, but of course, the hotter it is, the shorter fuse it has until it blows. And that is the danger of the nuclear reactors, especially a MOX one like we're doing here. Again, I could switch over to... No, I can't switch over to regular fuel. Well, I can. But in order to get enough of the uranium-235, I pretty much need the thermal centrifuge to refine the uranium with. And that means I need to make the mining laser, and quite frankly, if I do make a mining laser, I'd rather use it myself than stick it in a machine. So, you can kind of see the predicament I'm in here. But yeah, I should have another 6 of these so I can make extra couple of iron bars. And then with, I don't know, did I get my aluminium? Yes, I did. So we can bend that into plates. And then I should also have enough copper cable here to make another couple of coils. So yeah, I can make 2 more with the coil recipe. So let's get 2 electric motors here. And then I needed tin plates. Nope. Was it not tin plates? Oh, right. It was the heat vent. I need to make the normal heat vent first. Let's see. Heat vent again. Iron plates. Okay. So 8 iron plates. That's I'm pretty much ruining my supply of iron right now. 2 normal heat vents. Then I can take these in with tin plates. Get component heat vents. I can get 1 component heat vent. That's not really enough. But, yeah. Maybe if I just take the heat vent. If I can distribute the heat a bit more evenly to the different vents, then just maybe it might be stable with what I have now. Like it's gonna take a lot of preparation for me to like get all the materials ready to make a bunch of these heat vents and component heat vents. So let's see, component heat vent, if I put the other one there and then take this one here and try firing it up. So these, are they heating up or are they stable now? It looks stable. I'm not seeing any change in the metadata. It's, but then again, alright, experiment time. Let's try heating it up a bit more. See how much power we can get out. If we can get it up to like 64 or something, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm also gonna, I think, can we move this entire setup like up to the corner or something? Like there is quite a, like this is the most powerful generator I have right now. Like if I fire up all the other generators at the same time, they will, well, this, if it's daytime, they can still beat this, but altogether. But like how many solar panels do I have now? I have like 16, 18, thereabouts. So that's 18 U per tick. The 2 lava generators will each generate 20. Then the creosote oil one will generate 10. There's 10 coming from the diesel generator as well. Alright, we're starting to get up to a nice big number here. Nice big heat. Let's try initiating some cooling here. Yeah, 64. Let's keep it here for now. So the reactor stays warm. And the heat vents, now of course I moved them around a bit, but this one is actually cooling down now, as you can see. So yeah, it does appear that I'm keeping them stable. What if we switch these two around? Now the one on this side here cools down. That's kind of odd. It seems to be outputting more heat to this side than to this side, but then again it might just be due to the way the logic works. So if I leave this here for now, it looks stable. We can walk over and actually have a look at how much power is coming in now. I mean, with the 64 from this one, it should look quite impressive, at least compared to what we're used to. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's producing quite a bit. I can definitely tell that we have a lot more power coming in now. So now the question is, of course, how much will it take to optimize this nuclear reactor and actually make it give us a lot of power? But I think that's gonna be for another time. So yeah, until then, I'm Jerry. This has been GregTech, where we play with nuclear reactors, and I hope you enjoyed watching me not blow myself up. Bye!